Hey, this is Mike. Thank you so much for choosing this video. Today I'm in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, visiting Sparks Toyota, and I'm checking out a 2017 Toyota RAV4 in the XLE trim level. Now the RAV4 is a comfortable vehicle that's roomy and has a lot of cool features, so let's go ahead and check it out. This vehicle is sitting on 225/65/17 Yokohama tires, wrapped around 17-inch alloy wheels. Now this vehicle has four-wheel disc brakes with ventilated disc brakes in the front and solid disc brakes in the back. The name of this color is Magnetic Gray Metallic, and it looks really nice with the sun shining on it. You can see the little sparkling metal flakes in there. But check out the front end. You notice it has this front end that kind of swoops up from the bottom like so. Kind of can tell that it's a RAV4 from a distance. Now the headlights are in a projector tube for your low and high beams, and they're powered by halogen bulbs. You also have an LED accent around the outside. Your fog lights are a reflector system with halogen bulbs. This is what your key looks like. It's a pretty traditional key. It has the key there with the key fob attached to the key itself, with the lock and unlock buttons there, and the ability to open up the power liftgate and a panic button. Here's the inside of the passenger door, and it's all black except for this frosted metallic accent here. Soft to the touch surfaces all around your arm, all the way up to the top here. You have a bottle holder, place to put some stuff, and a little storage compartment, even in the forward position, so it's easy to put your phone or envelopes or whatever you want right there. You have manually adjusted seats for the passenger side with cloth seats with a mesh in the inside, but more of a smoother fabric on the outside. Then you have the contrast stitching there. Slight bolstering, but nothing too intrusive. There's the floorboard, and you can see it has the RAV4 in the floor mat there. Check out the dashboard. It has that contrast stitching on that soft to the touch surface. It also has a little quick access storage shelf right here. Your glove compartment is down here, and it's smooth plastic, so it's easy to clean out, and it's pretty good size too. You can see it has the privacy glass here in the back of the vehicle. It helps reduce glare from looking, keeps the sun from shining in on you, but also you can see really good out. There's the inside of the back door. Has the soft to the touch surfaces around your arm. You also have the bottle holder. Okay, so the back seat is a 60-40 split fold down, but you can also recline it. So this side right here is reclined all the way back. The other side is on a more normal position. That front seat's all the way back to give you an idea of the legroom. It's kind of like a chair with the seat quite a ways off the floor. You also have almost no hump there in the center. It's very, very small hump sticking up from the floor, barely noticeable. You have a 12-volt power supply in the back of the storage compartment there. Cup holders and armrest here in the center, which you can move out of the way. You have the latch system, or ISOFIX, for car seats. Okay, let's take a look at the back of the vehicle. You have the spoiler there at the very top. Then the roof rails. The backup camera is right under here, almost in the center position. You have a single exhaust here on the right side. Okay, so opening up the power liftgate, you can push a button right under here. Right under here is a button. You can feel it's like a rubber surface. You just push on it, it opens up. But this time we're going to push the key and open it up. So we're going to push and hold that button, and it opens right up. And you can set the height. I have it set to the maximum height, but you can actually set it a little bit lower if you need to, depending on your garage or whatever. Okay, so here's your cargo area. When you have all the seats occupied with passengers, you still have a pretty good amount of space back here for luggage or whatever you need to put back here. Now you have a bag holder here on the side. You actually have a place to put a shade if you want to put a shade back here. You have the tie downs on all four corners here, here, and there. You also have another bag holder here. There's a little light. Now this lifts up and you can find your spare tire and tools. You can also utilize some of that space around the tire for cargo space if you need to. It also has a space from here all the way to the other side to put that shade. So if you have a shade back here, you can place it under here out of the way when you're not using it. Now these seats will fold down, and of course you can fold down one or the other or both to have a combination of cargo and passenger space depending on your needs. But once you fold those seats down, you have this really big cargo space. It really almost doubles the cargo space back here. To close the power liftgate, there's a button right here. You could of course use the key if you need to, but push that button. It'll kind of beep at you, letting you know it's coming down. It goes right on down. There is a lockable fuel door, and the fuel door is on the driver's side, which is very convenient. There's your door, and has a traditional cap with a little tether here, and has a place on the inside of the door to hang the cap so it keeps it out of the way. Let's go ahead and start it up. Here's the floorboard in front of the driver's seat. You see the floor mat hooks in place in two places, so that way it doesn't slide around on you. There's your accelerator and brake pedal there. Plenty of leg room, everything's out of the way. You have a footrest here, place to put your foot while you're driving, and it's a pretty good spot. It also has a plastic cover, keep from dirtying the carpet. But let's go ahead and take a look under the hood. To open up the hood, right here in the very center, just follow the center of the emblem up, reach in here, you can feel the latch, you move it to the left, and you can lift the hood up. So there's your latch right there in the center. It does require a prop to hold it up, so there's your prop. And it goes up here in two places. You have this top position and bottom, and one lifts it up higher than the other depending on your needs. In that position, you can see the hood goes up quite a ways. So you have this place to put the prop, or you can utilize this space. So this little cover alternates depending on your needs there. But you can see it really increases your headroom. Okay, so here's your engine, and I'm glad to see that they don't have a huge cover covering up the engine. You can actually see it. And it's a 2.5 liter, 176 horsepower, 4-cylinder engine. And there's an inline 4, there's 4 cylinders here, and the intake is in the back, and the exhaust comes out the front and underneath the vehicle. It has an intelligent VVT system, and it's paired to a 6-speed automatic transmission. The strut towers are secured with the frame of the vehicle there and there. You also have an insulated firewall, an insulated battery, and everything's color coded. You can see where where you check your oil is yellow, and there's a yellow marker there on the brake fluid. But in general, it's a low maintenance engine. Here's the inside of the driver's side door. It's just like the other side, except for it has a few more buttons. You have your power window controls with an automatic one-touch up and down for your driver. See, the front windows actually have been tinted by the dealer. See, it goes up and down quite fast. Your door light controls are here. Your side mirrors are adjusted right in here. This little pad, you just pick the side and adjust the pad there. Interior gauges, the dimmer switch for that is here. You also have a lane departure warning alert system there that you can turn on and off. And to open up the power liftgate, you even have a button for that. You have a manually adjusted seat here on the driver's side as well, but the driver has the ability to raise and lower the seat using that big lever. You have a tilt and a telescoping steering column that once you get in position, you can lock it in place with this lever. Okay, let's go and take a look here on the inside. Very comfortable seat with plenty of knee and leg room. So I'm really good here. I can almost put my legs completely straight out. Okay, let's start here on the steering wheel. It's a leather wrap steering wheel with the stitching on the inside, and it's a smooth texture. It's a high quality feeling, smooth texture leather with the bolsters here at the top, and it has a little bit of a soft feel to it, so it's not digging into your buns while you're driving. The thickness also helps out with that. Okay, so you have some buttons here on the steering wheel. On the left side is your volume for your radio. Change through your presets for your radio. You also have your Bluetooth controls. Once you pair your phone, you'll be able to make calls and hang up on calls right here. You also answer calls with this button. You can change the mode of the radio, say AM, FM, satellite radio, different audio sources. And then you have your voice recognition system where you can use your voice to make commands and change the radio and make calls and all that stuff while keeping your hands on the wheel and eyes on the road. On the right side, you have your cruise control right under here. You can turn it on by pushing that button. You set it by moving it down, and then you can change through your speeds and cancel it by pulling it in. And it's not just a regular cruise control. It has the radar adaptive cruise control, and you can adjust your distance between you and the vehicle in front of you by pushing this button. So as I push that button, it shows me different bars here. Those represent car lengths. So as I'm driving on the highway, it's going to match the speed of the vehicle in front of me if the vehicle in front of me is going slower than I am as far as the cruise control settings. So that makes it easier. So if you're on the highway and if you ever had to constantly adjust your speed based on other traffic, this really helps out with that. Makes it easier to drive on the highway, in my opinion. Okay, so you have some more buttons here. They correspond with the screen between the gauges here, which we'll get to in just a minute. You have your front and rear windshield wipers right here. Turn signals on this side. You also have your headlight controls. You can have your daytime running lights off, automatic, parking lights, and then there's your headlight there. You also have fog lights, which you can turn on and off here. Okay, so here's your gauges, and check out that blue background. It's really nice, easy on the eyes, and the rest of it is a flat black with the white lettering popping through. Really easy to look at and focus your eyes on, and you know, it's easy to transition from the road and the gauges here. On the left side is your RPMs with your engine coolant temperature. On the right side is your speedometer with your fuel gauge. Right here in the center, though, is a screen that you can get some more information. Right now it's showing your trip information at the bottom, but you can, so you also have your odometer, but you have the outside temperature. But using these buttons here, we can cycle through and get some more information. So right now we're in a blank screen, so I'm going to just scroll down, and you'll see that it gives me some information here. And you see it has that scroll bar on the right side showing me where I'm at and where I can go. Now this also has a sway warning, so if you're driving and it detects that you are kind of swerving or something after a certain amount of time of driving. If your steering behavior is slightly off from your normal behavior, then it's going to alert you and kind of say, hey, maybe it's time to take a pull over, take a nap or whatever, get some coffee or whatever. But thought that was pretty cool. You also have this blank screen just in case you don't want anything there. But you notice these little icons here at the top. Right now we're in the information screen, so if I scroll to the right, it's going to go over to the radio, just showing you what your radio is doing, and you can go up and down and change the stations. Scrolling to the right again will show you that your radar system is ready to use, and then you can have stored messages here, and then your settings, and there's lots and lots of settings here that you can go into. So there's some quick rundown of some of the features there on the center screen. You don't have to always go in there, but they're there. The information is there in case you want to look at it. Okay, let's take a look at the center stack here. You have your four-way flashers right here at the top, a little information bar at the top as well. Here's your touch screen, and it has the traditional volume and tune through the stations. You also have a CD player at the very top. So it has the touchscreen, but also it has these physical buttons on the outside. So you can, right now we're in the home screen, we can push the audio button and go into the audio screen. You can see your presets here on the left side, and you know what station you're on, and information about what's playing. You can also change the audio source. You can play AM, FM, satellite, AM, FM, satellite radio, CD, USB, auxiliary input, and Bluetooth audio. Lots of different ways of playing music through the sound system. And then you have your apps where you can directly go into your audio, your phone control. You can adjust your eco mode, set up all kinds of different things here. Traffic and weather information as well. And then you have your radio controls there on the right. Your climate control is here. You have a dual zone with the driver and passenger. You can also sync those in case you want to have them all the same. Your fan speed, where you want the air to blow, your front and rear defrosters. You also have the ability to recirculate the air, but this button gives you some extra air blowing in your face basically, but it's filtered through the high quality air filtration system in the vehicle. And it'll only do it, you notice it changed the air, it changed it up to your face, so you're giving you some fresh air for whatever reason if you need it. Down here you have a 12-volt power supply. This is where you'll find your USB and auxiliary inputs for your radio. You also have sport mode and eco mode. So the sport mode is for the performance, eco mode is for the fuel economy. Little storage pockets right in here. Pretty handy. You have a cup holder there as well in that forward position. You also have a cup holder back here. Here's your handbrake, parking brake. Okay, so here's your shifter. Let's go ahead and put it in reverse. We could check out the backup camera. So you can see from the bumper all the way to the sky, and it's a wide angle view, so to eliminate blind spots as much as possible. Neutral, there's drive. That's your normal drive position. If you want to manually change through the gears, you can go over here and you can change the gears manually by bumping it, so like a ratchet shifter, and you'll know what gear you're in because it'll show you here on the information display. At any time you can go back to the drive position. Okay, so here's your center armrest, and it looks like it might be big enough to share with your passenger. Has a little bit of softness to it, but it feels very durable. It's like a synthetic material, very durable feeling. It has two portions as you open it up. You have one small portion here, there's two buttons, but you have this small portion here at the top to put, you know, small stuff, and then the larger portion to put the big stuff. I don't know if you can see, it goes in there little ways, and then it has a little carpet at the bottom. Put some stuff in there. Alright, here's your rear view mirror, and it has a manual day and night mode. You have a place to put your sunglasses, and it has like a soft material, kind of like a fabric material on the inside. There's tap lights, and you have the ability to turn on all your lights like so. You can turn them all off, or you can have it in a center position to where the lights will turn on with the door opening. These buttons are for your sunroof, which we'll get to in just a second. There's your visor. It has this mirror, but as you open the mirror, the light turns on. Okay, so the sunroof is right here, and it has a shade that blocks 100% of the light. You can open it up, let some light in. You can also vent it up and let a little bit of air in. Or you can open it, go and close that, and we can open it up all the way. Let's push it again, it goes a little bit further back. And of course we can always close the shade to keep the sun from shining on us. Okay, let's take a look at the visibility in the back. So you have that glass in the back, and you notice the headrests kind of line up with the pillars back there, so it's not a big deal as far as blind spots with the headrests there. You do have the glass in that cargo area, little windows there so you can see out of. So a pretty good amount of visibility there in the back. Of course the backup camera helps out with that while you're backing up. Alright, there you have it, 2017 Toyota RAV4. So thank you for watching, and thank you to Sparks Toyota here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, for allowing me to show off an awesome vehicle, and I'll see you guys next time.